Cool. Florence is back. Florence, who in your group is going to give us the 1 minute feedback?
Up to you, Joe.
Oh.
No, I meant, whatever you prefer to do, Joe. I'm easy. Yeah.
All right. 1 minute feedback on what you guys liked, didn't like, improve, whatever.
I mean, it all made perfect sense, and we loved it as well. And the one thing we thought we could talk about further is give you more of our own examples. And I find that when I have assignments, the more I give students real life examples of what I've done myself in my own career, it makes it so relatable. It makes it easier for them to understand.
Yeah.
I mean, today, for example, it's an assignment around a merchandising plan for a new sports product. And so I told them my exact story of going over to China last year, going to factories, sourcing products, and bringing it back to Australia. And so they can see firsthand that I've done this as well, but how it all works and how everything fits into place.
Yeah, that's a strong point. Excellent. All right, Sarita, who in your group is going to present? 1 minute.
Gerard, you or me? Yeah, we spoke about a couple of things. Gerard, I'm just jumping in.
Yeah, fine.
You jump in, yeah. So we spoke about something about kind of bookending the class, and we spoke about kind of Gerard's predecessor used to have like meditation, and this happens at my kids' school as well, or something just to get them into zones, so you have like kind of reflection at the end, but a definite start of class to get them switched off from social media and everything else in their heads and their world, so they can just sort of and then we started to talk as well about in the area that you teach, just kind of having some sort of like news or topics or updates from that area kind of every week, so that bigger picture, kind of what's going on in the industry as well.
Yeah, you guys were doing how do we start? Yeah, okay, that makes sense. So the news and topic. Yeah, that's really good.
Yeah, and that was it.
Yeah. No, that's good. No, that's good. Chris?
Yep, you nominated me, so that's all good.
No, you volunteered. How come on?
I didn't say no, but that's okay. I'm happy to do it. So so we spoke about just sort of in terms of getting the students interacted onto the slides and into the presentation, and Stuff and Martin came up with sort of different points of view. So what I like to, as I said in the group, I like to do is get specific examples from the slides. Could be on a particular topic, and then try and modify that example into a question, into a scenario, and then get the actual students to go onto the board and actually attend to a question or a case study. And they tend to find that interesting and interactive. So get some stimulators so they're not just sitting there and listening. Because one of the things I asked my students at the end of our last into the mid-trimester exam was how they're finding it and what they find interesting. They really like it when we slow down and do those examples and get up on the board. So they feel connected and involved rather than it just going through the paces. So we found that, we'll find that useful. And Martin was sort of saying that what he likes to do at the end of every slide or particular slides is ask students what they got out of it, what was their take on it, to see if everyone's on the same page or if there's a gap missing or anything like that. So probably just keeping the students on their toes really, and then making sure they're not just falling asleep. We're constantly trying to get them to interact. Finding is the most important.
Yeah. Great. Excellent. All right, this is it. It's short, but it's focused on a couple of activities. Did you guys see any value in what we've done today on a very short amount of time? So this is the entry level. Like we just do several supporting activities. Next week it'll be one specific activity that we'll go through. But I think it was important to start with that, and maybe Pierre, you'll do a couple of sessions about just the supporting activities. Pierre, if I could ask you, I took some notes. I can send you the notes. Maybe you can add the comments that the team made, and you could add it in your document as further example, and then put this on Moodle. And so if everyone have a look at it on Moodle, it will be, I'll show you where it's going to be on Moodle. So it's going to be on my Maclay in a breakout room. Units. I hope by now everyone has set up their forum preferences notification as digest. Otherwise, you must be killed by the number of emails. Breakout room. And activities to increase student engagement. So that's where Pierre is going to host his right here, and he's going to call that supporting activities for engagement. And then tomorrow, Lisa is going to do positive education style activities. So you don't have to attend, but the video will be available, and then the activities will be available in this class, in this breakout room. All right, everyone.
All right.
Any question before we leave? Anything pressing, urgent? No? I've not scared everyone by asking for 12 activities by T1 in 6 months' time. All right.
All good.
Thank you, everyone.
Thank you.
Bye.
Bye. Bye.
Bye. Bye.